Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate, and if it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to get our animal oracle cards. We're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with, what you may need to look at, and possible future energies. All right, Capricorn. What's Capricorn got going on today? Who needs to hear a message? What are they struggling with? Struggling with dove spirit, be peace. What do they need to look at? What does Capricorn need to look at? What does Capricorn need to look at? Know your worth. And what's possibly coming in for Capricorn for today, future energies. Sweet results await. That's a good one. All right, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. There you go. All right, so I feel like you're struggling with being calm, being peaceful. There could be a situation that's going on around you that you're feeling worked up about, that you're upset about, that you're frustrated with, and you're struggling with being calm in a situation. I feel like for some reason that you have to look at is it a situation where someone is trying to push your buttons? Because we have looking at knowing your worth and knowing that you don't want to stoop to that level, that you don't want to be dragged into something, that you can rise above the situation, right? That you know your worth and that you're not going to get involved in this drama or this thing that's going on. And because of that, you have sweet results await, because you're like, I rose above the situation. You're not dragging me into this. I'm not falling for this negative energy, for this situation. It could just be that, are you thinking negatively? Are you, surrounding yourself with negative energy? And is it, your worth and you're like, I know that I'm better than this and that I don't want to get dragged into this, and this and that are true. And I feel like it's looking at a situation and figuring out, okay, what parts are true and what parts aren't true. Getting to the bottom of something. All right, so let's get some more tarot. What else is going on here with Capricorn? What are they struggling with this be peace? What else is Capricorn struggling with? What area? Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Death card. It could have to do with a Scorpio. Okay, what else do we have here? We have trying to find the good in a situation. So it could be that you're struggling with a Scorpio. It could be that you're trying to find the good in this person. You're trying to find the good in the situation. You're struggling with coming up with a solution on how to get past a situation, how to walk away. You're struggling with holding on to something, right? Because the Death card is that you need to let go of something to change. But if you're struggling with the Death card, I feel like you're struggling with that you keep wanting to hold on to something that's preventing you from moving forward, that's preventing you from being peaceful, that's preventing you from being calm and looking at the good. I just feel like you're really stuck in you're feeling like you're stuck in a situation. All right, let's see, we have Page of Swords. So definitely feeling like you are stuck in a negative situation. And then what we have to look at is knowing your worth, right? Knowing that you are worth more, that you are better than this situation that's going on here, okay? That having that faith and that belief in yourself. We also have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. I feel like it's that grounding energy. And I feel like knowing your worth goes with the Hierophant, is knowing your worth, that you're better than getting stuck in this energy. What else does Capricorn need to look at? Okay, we need to look at the truth of the situation. Again, this and that are true. Seven of Swords is you're feeling deception, but with the way this one is depicted is like he's hiding in the shadows and he's kind of sneaking around. But I also feel that it's like coming forward, it's coming out of the shadows and knowing your worth and facing a situation. It could be that you're feeling that there is some deception. Is it within yourself? Is it within another person? I feel like it's really looking at the situation and saying, do I need to be involved in this? All right, future energies for Capricorn. Future energies for Capricorn. What do we have for future energies for Capricorn? Taking a little bit. So it's taking a little bit for the cards to come out. So I feel like that's kind of a sign too, is that it's going to take some time for you to get past the situation, to figure out what's true and what's not true, to realize that you don't want to be involved in this situation, or that you want to back away, or you want to distance yourself, or you want to handle the situation, or you want to look at it like, what is it that you need to do to get past this, to be calm, right? We have the King of Cups, which I feel like is letting some stuff go. Is there stuff that you're holding on to that you need to let go of? Opening the doors, right? Opening the doors to new things, new directions. And then we have not letting what other people have to say affect you or bother you, or being ready to handle a difficult situation. And kind of, it's almost like fighting for yourself, right? Looking out for yourself and saying, I don't want to put myself in this situation where I feel stress and I feel anxiety and I'm not peaceful and I'm not making the best choices for myself. I want to turn that around. I want to make those changes, right? Is it someone that's trying to push my buttons, that's trying to get me, drag me into things? Sometimes when we surround ourselves with people that are that way, we get caught up in it. Get caught up in the drama. We get caught up in the gossip. And it's almost like we start following that, and we need to step back. We need to say, oh, wow, like that's really not me. How did I get caught up in that situation? Like, how did that happen? Or that's really exhausting. Like, I'm better than this. I don't want to have to deal with this, right? King of Pentacles is that slow, steady progress. It's also about that grounding energy. It's about kind of really taking a hard look at things and making some tough decisions. And maybe today is that day where, that light bulb goes off and you're like, you know what, I really need to make some changes here about the energy that I'm surrounding myself with. All right, so what else do we have here for Capricorn? New actions. I feel like you're starting something new today. I feel like there's a light bulb that goes off today and you're really seeing things from a different perspective. What else do we have here for Capricorn? Yeah, Queen of Wands. You're not going to deal with this anymore. You're not going to take it anymore. You're like, I'm better than this. And you're actually taking actions to change things. Like, it's almost like your eyes are finally open to what's going on around you, or this energy that you're surrounding yourself with, and you're like, I need to make some changes. I need to step away from this. I've been in this energy for too long. And you're taking on that Queen of Wands energy, and you're like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to accept it. And keeping yourself busy with doing other things that are important to you, right? That are important to you, that are, I feel like maybe you're spending a lot of time doing other things for other people. And so now it's time for you to focus on those things that are important to you. I feel like, is there like energy vampire that's around you that's kind of sucking all the life out of you, and you're feeling like, I feel like this blue, 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 blue. I feel like it's kind of some heavy energy that's around you. But I feel like with the bee spirit, it's yellow and it's bright. So I feel brightness there. And I'm feeling like this fiery and some anger and like some passion. And it's like, okay, I've got to make the choices that are best for me. And I don't want to be caught up in this energy anymore. All right. We have Temperance, which is also Sagittarius. I feel like it's also finding that balance. Is it somebody or something that you have to keep in your life? But you need to adjust that relationship. You need to adjust how how much you're involving yourself in this situation, because I feel like you need to back away because it's been too draining on you for you to be in that energy. All right, what else do we have here? We have, it's been too draining for you with the Five of Cups focusing. But it's like sometimes if we just make the slightest adjustments, right, that even if you just turn sideways here, that you'll be able to see out of the corner of your eye the Two of Cups and the beautiful pear, the tree with all the golden pears on it. I feel like sometimes if we just make the slightest changes, the littlest changes, that can make the biggest impact on our life. That it's getting out of this bubble that we feel that we're kind of stuck in, or that we're in, and that if we're not happy with a situation that's going on around us, is what are those things that we can change? What are those things that we can look at? What are those adjustments that we can make? Is it our own thought process? Is it the people that we're surrounding ourselves with? What are those changes that we can make so that things feel calmer, that things feel better, that we can release these things that we feel we're carrying around, right? And moving towards the positive, changing things up, right? I feel like once this happens, once you realize this, I feel like things start happening fast for you. You're like, wow, everything is like falling into place. Everything is making sense now. Now I see, that I needed to make this change, and that, I see things for what they are, that I kind of had this mask on, but now I can see things, and now I'm ready to move forward, right? You're ready to walk away from this energy here that you felt what was holding you back. You're ready to let go, which I feel this goes back to the Death card, because over here it was you were holding on to something that you weren't letting it go, but over here, because you've gone through this process, now you're ready to let it go. And you're listening to your inner voice, you're listening to yourself, you're making choices that are better for you, right? That you're looking out for yourself now, that you're realizing, okay, there are situations that I have to look at, there are situations that I have to deal with, there are situations that I have to make better choices for myself, and those sweet results await because you're making better choices for you. And like I said before, once it starts happening, I feel like it starts happening fast. Oh, look at that. We have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this could have to do with a relationship. It could be a friendship, family member. It could be the relationship with yourself, right? That you're knowing your worth, right? That goes back to that. Is that you're knowing your worth and you're realizing, hey, I have to make better choices for me, that I can't put all of that power into someone else for them to make choices for me. I want to make choices for me. Sometimes, even though we feel like we're doing good, sometimes we kind of feel like we don't even realize that we kind of get stuck into this struggle here. And it's almost like we need to turn on that light bulb in order to see, yeah, you know what, I feel like I am falling back into maybe my old habits or negative habits where, I'm not making the best decisions, that I'm not making the choices that are best for me. All right. We have Whispers of Healing, and we have Release. I feel like that one's perfect because I feel like it goes with how you were struggling with the Death card because you were holding on to something. But then it goes with the Eight of Cups in the future there, where you're finally able to release, where you're finally able to let go. Sometimes we need to be told the same message over and over and over and over again until it finally clicks, right? Sometimes we don't get it. Sometimes we're not open to hearing what other people have to say, and we're not open to really comprehending or listening to what somebody is saying us. And sometimes people around us can say the same thing, and we're not really hearing it, but we have to be in that energy of where you're really willing to hear what someone is saying, that you're really in that mode of wanting to make change within your life. Sometimes we say, yeah, I want to change. I want things to be differently. But we're like, no, not really. Like, we're just like, I don't want to take the energy or effort to change it. But I feel like that once you're in that energy of, I need to make some changes, I need to figure out what's going on here and make better choices for myself, that once you're in that energy, like everything's, like I said here, I feel like everything starts to happen fast, and that I feel like everything starts to fall in place and you start to realize what's going on here. But I also feel that once you make these changes, just be careful that you don't get irritated with yourself that you hadn't done this sooner, because you weren't ready at that time to hear this message, to make the moves, to take the actions. You have to be able to be ready to take the actions to make things happen. And once you do, that's where you'll get the sweet results, where it's 100%, it works and it changes and it opens new doors. Because if you only partially do it, I feel like you would fall back into old habits. And that's, sometimes you have to keep going on that path back and forth until you're finally like ready to break free. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.